you are transgender actress?
Well, I transitioned from male to female, but I'd never referred to myself as transgender, and if I did, I think my friends would go ballistic. My opinion is there are two genders, male and female. Sometimes you're not lucky enough to be born into the right one, so you transition into the one that you suit the most.
Which seems to me eminently sensible, and I have complete respect for people that do that. It's not an easy process, physically, psychologically, emotionally, or any of those things. I salute you for your common sense. Now, let's bring you into this equation.
Benjamin,
you think it is right?
How do you identify?
I'm a man. That's right. So,
and gender? What are you?
I'm a cisgendered man.
What does cis mean?
So that means if you were... So you were born a woman, and therefore you still identify as a woman, so you're a cisgendered woman, I would say.
And that's because of my physical...
That's because
femaleness.
You identify with how you were born originally. Well, I assume you're a cisgendered
I'm not a cis anything,
if I may assume.
I'm not a cis anything.
Well...
I'm just a man.
Well, no, but you're a cisgendered man.
No, I'm not a cisgendered anything.
But hang on.
What does cis mean?
Well, that means that you were born the way that you identify now.
No, I'm just born a man.
But someone who transitions.
Why are you insisting on calling me something I'm not?
Well, you can refer to yourself as just a man if you like, but...
I think most people identify as male or female, man or woman,
That's right, the vast majority of people. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other people who identify differently.
There are 100 different genders on this BBC list, apparently, right? One of them is two-spirit person, polygender, pangender, neutroids, intergender.
I have to say,
do you know what they mean?
I have no idea what they mean, and I'm part.
Right. Well, luckily we have the world expert here. What is any of this?
Look, I can't. Don't ask me to list off.
What's a two-spirit person?
I think that's someone who identifies with their native background into their gender.
Do you not think this is just like a vibe that somebody's having? Like when you tick a list, male or female, doing your passport or something, is this not just... This is just how they are. This is just a bit of a vibe.
Do you know what aporogender is?
No.
They're very sorry about
even though you support what the BBC is doing. This, by the way, this is the public broadcaster.
That what it is?
No, I don't know.
Hang on. The public broadcaster, paid for by us with the licence fee, is now instructing children. There are 100 genders they can identify as. You have come to defend it, and you don't know what half of these are.
But hang on, Piers, ignorance isn't a defence.
You're the ignorant one, and you're the one defending it.
Well, Piers, you're the one that doesn't know what it is as well, of course.
I'm about to tell you.
Do you know what...
Aporogender is a fairly new word stemming from the Greek apor, meaning separate. Aporogender is an umbrella term meaning a gender separate from male, female, and anything in between, while still having a very strong and specific gendered feeling. That latter part is key, then, distinguishing it from agender.
Is this how they're explaining it to children?
By the way, can you explain that to me? What does that mean?
Well, that means that someone identifies differently to you, and that's what is at the heart of this.
Can you explain what aporogender is, which is one of the 100 genders that kids now have to be? What is it?
Well, hang on, you know, it's not it's not university challenged.
I've just told you what it is.
No, but this is for children, Benjamin.
Right.
This is what my problem with it.
When I was a
think
child,
it is university level. For us to get our heads around 100 different gender identities, and I think Nicole makes a really good point. It actually is about personality, isn't it?
It's just their thing. If I was sat in... I mean, I spent my whole childhood watching The Animals of Farthing Wood. You know, you're impressionable. You know, you've got to be careful.
But you didn't identify...
No, but I thought I was a squirrel. I thought I was going to grow up and be surrounded in a tree, surrounded by nuts. You know,
Benjamin, what is neutroids?
Oh, come on, are we going to go through all 100?
Do you know any of them?
I need to know what...
No offence, you've come on national television to defend the BBC, telling kids there are 100 genders. I'm now reading out a number of these 100 genders. A, you've never heard of them. B, you've no idea what they are. But C, you want to encourage the BBC to instruct our kids that they should be one of these genders.
But that isn't the point. The fact is...
That is the point.
The fact is that people identify in different ways. And when you get bogged down by the idea that children might know that they're different, that they might be helped to understand why they're different, that the teachers teaching them might be prepared with the apparatus to explain it to them, that is a good thing.
100
I think
different
that's surely.
Do you know what neutroids is?
You might find it strange and unusual, and we might not be able to answer what every one of the 100 is. But that doesn't mean that they don't exist. Well, I suspect you picked the two most...
No,
I haven't heard of
there's an A to B list, and I'm just picking them at random.
You have things like...
So far, I've picked 3, then you have have no idea what they are. Do you know what neutroids is?
Tell me.
Well, have a stab.
Well, OK, I don't know.
Imagine you're a 9-year-old kid and the BBC's told you to be one of these. So what's neutroids?
Well, no, that's not what would happen. What would happen is the kid would say how they're feeling.
Here's what neutroids is.
The teacher might be prepared to help explain it.
Have you got any kids?
No, I don't.
OK, I've got 4 kids, right, including 3 boys, right? So I'm just trying to imagine a conversation with my 3 when they were 9, and my daughter's nearly 9 as well. She's like 7.5, right? Neutroids, someone with a null or neutral gender being neither male nor female, and in some cases a person who may also seek to reduce signs of their physical sex, right? Neutroids.
Which is absolutely fine if that's their vibe.
Right.
We should be teaching children not to be horrible. Like, kids can be awful. We should be teaching children to just let people get on with it, let people
Express
have their own vibe.
personalities.
I keep saying vibe, I'm not a...
What is wrong with just being male, female or trans?
And just have your personality.
That's it. In other words, 3 things. Can I identify... There's a penguin at the Sea Life Aquarium in London that is currently being reared gender neutral. Apparently has gay parents, right?
2 mums.
I have nothing to say on this subject.
Well, hang on, let me just say this. Can I,
This is all yours.
under this new world of self-identification, as I did earlier, now identify as a 2-spirit neutroid penguin?
Well, you're not a penguin, because to use a bit of common sense...
Why? Who says I'm not?
Well, I mean, that's not a thing that happens.
Why?
This is the distinction. People do identify
I'm
as
actually a
different
2-spirit neutroid pangender penguin. And how dare you...
People don't
How
identify
dare
as
you tell me I
penguins.
can't identify as that? How dare you offend me?
Well, you can, maybe Piers the penguin...
You see how it works, Benjamin?
But
Look, there I am. That's me as a penguin.
You see how it gets to a point where people can make it ridiculous?
Well, only if they want to make it ridiculous. You know, common sense says that these are different
Common
genders.
sense, Benjamin.
Different genders that real people have identified.